Hello and welcome to a very special edition of CSI Spotlight. In my 20 years of covering the lifestyle and entertainment beat, I've had the honor and pleasure of having one-on-ones with pillars of the Philippine movie industry, from producers to directors, and of course the stars that shine in their reels. Strangely, however, I never had the chance to sit down for an extensive interview with one of, if not the most prolific Filipino movie producers of all time. But in hindsight, I do believe that I've managed to lock this one-on-one, albeit long overdue, at the best possible time. When, at 74 years of age, on his multimedia company's 38th year, he shows no signs of slowing down and instead is clearly at the pinnacle of innovation, dynamism, creativity, and an unwavering passion for an industry he has so actively and devotedly ventured to build in the last 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride that I welcome to the show the music and movie mogul, Viva Communications Chairman and Founder, Vicente Boss Vic Del Rosario Jr. Boss Vic,
hi, how are you?
good afternoon po and welcome to the show, and thank you for welcoming us into your...
Thanks for the invite.
Thank-
It's an honor.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to finally be sitting down with you one-on-one today for our online show. And of course, we also have Boss Vic on the cover of the Sunday Times magazine. Boss Vic, you started 2024 with a huge announcement, or as we say in showbiz, bonggang-bonggang announcement, that you are investing 1 billion pesos in movie production this year and doubling Viva's output of films to a staggering 34 movie titles. Before we go further po into that topic, for the benefit of our millennial viewers, please give us a brief history on how you got into the business of making movies, of course, and music, which was your original business.
I started in January of 1966 when I was like 20 years old. So I formed a record company named Bicor with my first cousin Orne Lacan. So we started really very small with 2,000 pesos each, and eventually it just grew, and we dominated the local OPM scene in the 70s. So till we became like the biggest local record company.
And Viper is still here to this day.
Yes, up to now. So
because
I
of
have
their
54.
title.
I have 54 years of doing OPM music.
How about yung pagpasok po sa movies? I read somewhere po, Boss Vic, that you preferred watching movies rather than pumasok po sa eskwelahan. So, but for a person's love po for watching movies, yung paano po kayong napasok naman into that business?
Well, noong 70s, mid 70s up to early 80s, we were discussing and plans to do into doing a movies. Then it was just noong 1980 when Sharon Cuneta was like 15 years old. The Mayor Cuneta during that time gave us the mandate to manage her daughter, and so we did some recording, Langis sa Tubig, and then eventually we felt that she should go into the movie. So when the late Danny Salcita offered for her to do a solo movie entitled Dear Heart, we agreed, and she made the movie with Sining Silangan, but I got involved already in the marketing and the promotion of the movie. And then after one movie with Sining Silangan, I decided to form Viva Production, and the father of Sharon partnered with me actually with the first few movies of Sharon, and so dun
na po
nag-start ang So,
pero syempre po, obviously, sabi niyo nga po in the beginning, you were just, in love with music and in love with movies. But where do you think, Boss Vic, you were able to get your business acumen? Because obviously you've made major decisions that have shaped, the Philippine movie industry as well.
I really don't know, but when we were starting, my mind was not really focused on the first 2 years. We were just playing along, enjoying, having fun. And then on the third year, I started liking the business, and I said, I think doing local recording is a good business. And then that's how we started getting all these recording artists from the different recording companies. We started basically talent trading, signing up artists in the early 70s. So same with movies.
In researching nga po about, your career, your history, Boss Vic, sabi ko nga ho, you can practically write the history of pop culture in the Philippines just by reading what you have done. From Viva's first ever movie, P.S. I Love You with Sharon and Gabby, to Christine Reyes and Cian Lins and True, kakashowing lang po. From Freddie Aguilar's Anak to Sarah Geronimo's Tala, para pong history na po yun ng pop culture sa Pilipinas. Kaya po siguro, rather than ask you to talk about all the highlights of your career, maybe I could ask you po, very briefly, the top three things po which you believe that made Viva what it is today. So, if we can start po, Boss Vic, with the top 3 movies which you believe cemented Viva's reputation as a box office movie outfit.
Well, hard to
say.
We had a lot of...
So many, no?
Yeah, but...
Pero yung turning point po talaga.
I think turning point, aside from the first movie, of course, was the first team up of Sharon Cuneta and Robin Padilla. Maging sino ka man. Up to now, I think it has the highest number of tickets sold. And if you will compute that today's price, that movie would have grossed more than 1 billion pesos. So,
wow.
And so far, no local movie has grossed 1 billion. So, I guess in terms of number of tickets, it's one of the biggest. And of course, the other movie would be probably Bagets, that
yes, of course.
was like a phenomenal success. It will launch the career of a lot of young stars. And well, just the recent movie, I think, is also a turning point, because entering into the streaming era,
yes, of course.
Miracle, which is a remake of a Korean blockbuster, we did more than 500 million gross in the box office. So,
it really is amazing. And I know there are so many other movies, but it gives you a picture of what
in
you've
other
been
words,
doing.
we had hits in the 80s, we had hits in the 90s,
in the 2000s,
and then up to the present.
Well, top 3 movies po that may not have been huge box office successes, but are proof that Viva is all about quality storytelling.
Well, I can remember Flor Contemplacion by Nora Honor, which garnered the Best Picture Award in the Cairo International Film Festival. Also, the Lino Broca movies, I can remember the ones he did for Sharon. It's
Bukas Lulu.
No. They said, ano yung ginawa ni Lino na kay Sharon? Yung Pasan Kong Daigdig. Pasan Kong Daigdig, which is a remake of the Lolita Rodriguez. It's one of the best films of Sharon.
You've mentioned 2 directors na po so far, Boss Vic, whom I believe you also believe have cemented po yung reputation of Viva Films as the maker of quality movies. So, Danny Jalcita, Lino Broca, if you can give us another director po.
Eddie Garcia, of course. He did a lot of, he did the first movie, P.S. I Love You, and then probably made more than 25 movies
with you
as a director with Viva. So, he set up the glossy look of Viva. So, I would say Eddie, Lino, and Danny Jalcita, all of them are all now gone.
I know, but they've left such a legacy, and Viva is very much part of that legacy. To finish off my first set of questions, Boss Vic, in all your interviews, you always talk about the talents, the directors, and creatives who have helped you build Viva into what it is today. But shining the spotlight on you now, Boss Vic, hindi po iba yung pwede niyong i-credit sa answer nyo. What kind of leader did you have to become all these years? No? Not only to stay afloat in this industry, but also to ride the tide and succeed. You know, Viva being 30 plus years already and still going.
And the music, 54
and
years.
music, 54 years. What kind of leader po have you had to
Well,
be?
from since the first 5 years of my music business, in my mind, that time I was already like determined and decided that I will focus on the business of music, but not just music, but really the entertainment industry. So from the time we started doing music, we evolved into managing artists at the time, early 70s, and then we evolved into doing concerts. Then when we went into the movies, we went into the video industry. We set up 300 stores of Video City. This was the most successful rent shop. And then when the cable industry was starting to happen, we set up the first Filipino movie channel, which is PBO, which up to now is #1. And now with the streaming, we're here. So I think it's evolving. You have to continuously evolve.
And wag niyo po, no, don't resist the changes.
So,
but
yeah, the technology change, you have to ride with the trend. And
others po, you know, others long time and big success stories. Technology is something that sometimes they feel is a bit too much, but with you it doesn't.
We embrace
embrace
technology.
it. And with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back for more with Boss Vic and of course another Del Rosario on CSI Spotlight. There's no doubt that when it comes to entertainment, Viva is high up in the list of legacy companies in the country. But while its chairman and founder, Vic Del Rosario Jr., is as active as ever and excited in fact to see the company through this wave of new media, he has not forgotten to begin passing on the torch to the next generation of Del Rosarios, and more importantly, seek their help and expertise in steering Viva Communications into the ever-changing future of entertainment. Joining us now on CSI Spotlight is Boss Vic's equally humble and well-loved son, Vincent Del Rosario III, who is currently Viva Communications Incorporated's president and CEO.
Hi, Tessa.
Welcome, Boss Vincent.
Vincent.
He always says Vincent lang, not Boss Vincent.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go back to what I said in introducing you, that you are also so very humble, which is quite interesting and quite surprising, given that your family is right in the middle of the glitz and glamour po of showbiz. Paano kayo pinalaki ni Boss Vic when all of a sudden Sharon Cuneta is probably at your dining room, or how did you become so your feet are firmly planted on the ground?
Very early in life, kasi si Daddy o si Boss Vic, normal sa conversations namin na unti-unti pinaplant niya yung seed sa amin kung anong ginagawa niya. So, maaga pa lang naiintindihan namin magkakapatid, especially yung kasama ko lumaki si Veronique, na ito yung world ni Daddy. Ito yung pinaikutan ng pang-araw-araw na buhay niya. So, nung dumating yung time na we were of age already, we had a better grasp of what's happening in terms of
and I suppose yung showbiz, you also think of it as work. It's the family business. It's not parang a privilege na you're in the middle of showbiz,
yeah.
no?
We always, me and my sisters, sila Veronique at sila Val, we always say that it's parang second nature for us. We can't imagine life without being in this part of the industry.
Yes, and it's exciting, very much exciting as well. No?
Yes.
Boss Vic, you're often called a visionary in the industry, but as I said earlier, even visionaries sometimes need a guide along the way. How are your children, po, specifically si Vincent po, how have they been instrumental in what we see as Viva's constant constantly smooth evolution into the future
Well,
of
with
entertainment?
what, more than 30 years of experience, I think he has proven that he can easily take over my position. So I'm just ready and about to, when the right time comes, basically a lot of the day-to-day functions, my children actually are very much involved.
Also,
And,
Veronique then
Valerie.
and Valerie and
So,
you have a younger brother
so,
also, no? Yes. Pero, was Vic, sabi niyo po, 30 years na yung experience ni Vincent in the company. But, Viva's like, you know, not almost 40 pa lang. That means you started out really early in being
20 years
exposed
old,
to
20.
20.
86.
Yeah. Okay. And how even when you were in school, you were already
College. I was in college.
and you were doing work na for
Yeah,
Boss
I
Vic.
was asked to do the rounds of offices, production offices in Escolta. I was in San Beda at the time, and he asked me to start acquiring titles from other film producers, which you can use to
we were
for-
buying video rights.
Yeah.
After theatrical, Vincent would buy the video rights and also the other rights
Yeah.
that is part of the ancillary revenues for movies, like
But
showing it on television and eventually
Yeah.
cable and all.
So I think many producers who just, you know, try to get into movie making, they don't realize that it's a continuing business, no? That after it's shown,
That there is life after theatrical.
yeah, yeah. And now, tuloy-tuloy po yung content, and then you're crossing over then to streaming. But is Boss Vic really always like, you know, with the changing times, lagi siyang on top of things? Or did you have to tell him that, Dad, there's something that's called streaming, there's something na called ganito and ganyan, Netflix and so on, so that the investments will also go into
Kanina,
that?
when you were interviewing him, I heard you ask about what TV series he would watch.
Mhm.
He'd say, very little time kasi lagi niyang pinapanood news about the trade,
Yes.
lead magazines about the trade. So, palagi siya nauna if there's development in either in technology or in the entertainment business. So, baliktad eh. Is na kami nag-feature, nagsasabi, we should get into this.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
execute, and then we
Yeah.
help him lay out the plans. But I guess yun nga eh, parang way of life.
Mhm.
Pagising sa umaga, yun ang hinaharap niya, watches Bloomberg, reads all the trades. Dati, physical, magazine. Pero ngayon, nakita ko sa phone. Mamaya, Vincent, nabasa mo na ba to? Ganitong magazine. And it's all about what's happening in our world. So, yeah, we get guidance from that.
So, tech savvy din talaga si Boss.
Hindi naman. Alam lang niya yung mga
Yeah.
araw-araw niya bitin na app.
More on
Where to
the-
go.
But
Once he's led
he
there.
has no social media presence.
Oh,
I think just the business part of it.
Yes, yes. And is it difficult to share the name of such a legend in Philippine business? I mean, not just in the entertainment industry.
Ano man, I think we're proud to be his children. That a lot of doors open for us when we go out, talk to people. They tell us, oh, anak ka pala ni Vic. So
There
it's
hasn't
nice.
been that pressure
Nah.
because not all of you have been
Kasi he's very
involved.
patient. He keeps pace with you. Hindi yung parang kinakaladkad ka para sumabay sa kanya. So if you're a slow learner, he'll stand by you. If you make mistakes, he'll encourage you. Oh, try mo ulit. Ulitin mo para matutunan mo. So, madali.
So
Easy for us.
In your case, Vincent, joining the business wasn't imposed naman. It was really, you also share a passion for.
If he asked me when I was 12 years old, I would have said yes already.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is
No,
great.
yeah. Oo,
Kasi diba, like if you're sometimes pag junior or you're in the third, minsan you always want to do something different sa father mo just to carve your own
Ano
name.
lang kami lagi, parang stay the course. Kung ano yung course na tinave niya, doon lang kami. Steady lang.
And Boswick, can you share with us a little bit about your other children's involvement in your company?
Aside from Vincent, Veronique, my eldest daughter, has been involved in the talent management. In fact, she's the president of our talent management company, but she's involved in the TV production. She's handled also films. So she's basically, a lot of them are very well-rounded. Valerie, my youngest daughter, handles now all the content production, and she does a lot of negotiations now with directors and writers and artists. My youngest son is the one involved in our food business. So basically, they have their own day-to-day responsibility. But once a week, we get together and basically discuss everything that's happening. So everybody's aware.
So ang family get-togethers din talaga, you can't help but talk about.
Napaka-importante.
Talk shop pa rin, ano? Pero both because it's very, parang so many things are happening sa entertainment, like media platforms are changing all the time. But at this crossroads, ano pong assignment ang binibigay nyo kay Vincent? At anong kailangan niya ma-deliver po sa inyo today?
Basically, in terms of films, basically, Vincent goes to shop. He does a lot of the projects, dealing with the director, dealing with the star. So I just probably oversee the planning, but basically they decide on what movies to do.
Okay.
We have the 1 billion budget. Basically, he allocates the movies that will be done with that 1 billion budget. So we feel that we need more content now because of the many platforms and distribution outlets.
So whenever you hear po other people in the industry saying na, Philippine movies are dying and so on and so forth, sabi nyo nga po, hindi naman yata totoo yun kasi
we always believe na hindi lang dapat sinihan ng basihan ng successful movie. So we believe that all the distribution platforms is part of doing a movie. So when we do movies, we think of not just the theater but everything down the road.
Well, thanks to Vincent's speech po during the Thanksgiving party for your clients and sponsors I attended in February, I finally got to see the breadth of Viva today. You've mentioned some of the companies. Baka may kulang ako in my list, but under Viva Communications, there's Viva Films, Viva Network, Viva Records, Viva Live, Artist Agency, Books, Digital, Pictures, and then Food. No? If you think of that book, Boswick, with your achievements, other people would probably say, I'm done, I want to buy a yacht and just cruise along. But it seems kayo po, talagang you're still probably at the most aggressive po in growing the company. What is the ultimate goal now with all of these companies under Viva? Ano po yung next na gusto nyo ma-achieve together with the children?
Well, to still grow the business. So there was a time I was asking my children, what do we want us to monetize? Do we sell? Because if you don't want to continue, we can already sell and just enjoy the rewards, the benefit of our labor. So they said, no, we want to carry on. So in fact, up to the third generation, we have 3 of my grandchildren is already involved in the business. So we will continue. Hopefully, if the time comes, if the market is ready, we might go public. We would basically they want to expand. Probably even regionally, we want to go into the other markets. So.
Yun nga po, that's a discussion in showbiz circles, yung IPO
yes,
po. And that's one of the ultimate, of the big goals.
Well, that's the beginning of
more things to come.
So by the time they should be already taking over, and we just guiding them.
Kayo naman po yung magre-relax and
Oo,
guiding.
tama.
Opo. For a final question, Vincent and Gab, you talked about Boss Vic, no, as a dad earlier na, you know, he would really teach you and be patient. Pero when it's time to work, what is he like as a boss?
This is, lagi niya sinasabi, tough love. So, yung standards that they hold upon as kids, siblings, is higher than the other executives here. So, you have to do better than the rest. Not only in terms of hours, but in terms of performance, commitment to work. So, just to show that, you know, we deserve to be here in a way.
And
They
it has really
should
kept them.
deserve the title. And
Yeah.
I must say, he deserved it.
Sabi, oh, that's great to know. And sabi nga po nila, in showbiz, di ba, anak kasi ng producer, you always hear that. But with them, they have to earn it.
They'll earn it.
And that
They'll
has
earn
really kept their feet on the ground. So, Boss Vincent, salamat po for
Salamat.
joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll be right back for more on CSI Spotlight. Welcome back to CSI. Boss Vic, dahil po kami ay tiga Manila Times, may tinatawag po kami dito, Playtimes.
Playtime.
So, sobrang fun and light questions naman po tayo ngayon, and I hope you won't mind kung yung iba medyo nakakaaliw masyado. But indulge us po, Boss Vic, in these few questions that will also provide an insight into the man behind Viva. What makes a good movie? A very brief question.
A good script.
Script.
Good script.
What makes a good song or single?
A good melody.
What's the last movie that you watched?
The last movie I watched is Vodka,
Oh,
the movie of Bella.
yes. What's your favorite movie of all time, whether Filipino po or foreign?
I
Mahirap.
guess our first movie, Yes, I Love You.
Yes. What's your all-time favorite love song?
You and I.
Who do you dedicate it to?
To my loved ones.
Sige na nga po. Masyadong general, but we'll keep it at that. What's your favorite teleserye or foreign series?
I'm not,
Into the... But of course...
normally I would watch the news.
But of course, you also, have a lot of content on cable. And on cable po, there are teleseries or the telenovela, may K-drama. Dun sa dalawa po, what would you rather watch?
K-drama.
K-drama. Who's your favorite actor naman po? Pwedeng local, pwedeng foreign, para walang magtampo.
Local or foreign cinema.
I'm putting him on the spot. Siyempre, hindi siya pwede magsabi. Foreign na lang ho, boss.
Foreign, sino ba?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, pwede.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise.
Favorite foreign actress of all time?
Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow. Boss Vic, do you eat popcorn when you watch movies?
Yes, always.
Always. It's your favorite
Always,
choice
yeah.
of snack. Please tell me the first word or idea that comes to mind when I say the following. Love.
Love for music.
Star.
Sarah Ronan.
Showbiz.
So, Showbiz. Hindi. Solid.
Pinoy Lolit, ha? Na-extra pa siya. Regal Film.
My good competitor.
Star Cinema.
My other good competitor.
Indie. Indie movie.
Good. There are a lot of good indie movies. So, indie movies are good for the industry.
Mother Lily.
She's very popular.
Sharon Cuneta.
Love of my life also.
Oh, Regine Velasquez.
Another love of my life.
Ann Curtis.
Same.
Same. Sarah Geronimo.
It's
The
obvious.
same. Matteo Gudicelli.
Well, my new alaga.
Mummy Divine.
My best friend.
Viva.
Viva will always stay.
Thank you, Boss Vic. It has been such a pleasure to interview you for here, and I can't thank you enough for giving us the opportunity to come and visit you at your kingdom, because truly Viva is really at the top, and on behalf of the oldest newspaper in the country, we wish you and the rest of your family all the best in your future endeavors and in keeping the Filipino family entertained. Maraming salamat po. Thank you po, Boss Vic.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more episodes of the Manila Times CSI. See you!